What's up, everybody? I'm B-True, and today I got a new video for you about purification and purification protection runes and how to best use them. So I've kind of been making a couple videos according to what you guys have been asking for, and on the last video I've actually had a couple people ask me about purification runes and purification protection runes because they don't exactly understand how the system works. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about how purifying equipment works. Okay, so I finally have enough purification protection runes to actually show you how this works, because you're gonna use a lot more purification protection runes than you're going to use of purification runes, and purification runes are a lot easier to come by, so it does actually become a little bit of an issue where you don't always have the amount of purification protection runes that you need to effectively use this system. So let's talk about where these numbers come from first off, okay? So this initiative here, right, 65%, okay, that 65% comes from your refinements on that item here. So the initiative on this item, it's level 8, is 315, okay? So it's 315 for all these values. So 65% of that 315 is 204, which means total between the refinement and then the purification on this equipment, we have 315 plus 204. So what's that? 519. 519 initiative between the purification and the refinement equipment, okay? There are different tiers as to how this purification works. You can see this is white down here. It's only a 5% increase, so we get 15. Blue, actually green, so green is the next step up. Let's see, do I have it? Here's a green. So green down here around 30%, mid-30s. Then we have blue here, so we got like 46%, 59%, right? Blue is a pretty good value. Purple is a great value. Purple is absolutely a very high number. We got 65%. That's a lot right there. And then we have the best is, let's see if we can find one here, gold. So 90%. Okay, so 90% of this equipment's, what is it? That's on combo. Okay, so we have 250 combo, and then we have 225. So almost double. Okay, and I'm pretty sure that gold goes up to 100%. It's either 99 or 100%. I'm not 100% sure which one it is. So gold is the best that you can possibly get. The way that this system works, okay, every time that you click on Purify, it's going to use one of these purification runes right here. When you use it, if you don't lock any of them, we'll talk about that for a second, okay? So if you just click on Purify, it is going to randomly roll a number for all 5 of these stats, okay? So all 5 of these stats are going to roll a brand new number. Obviously, white is going to be the highest percentage, okay? You have the highest chance of getting a white, then green, then blue. Purple's rare, gold is very, very rare. So if you ever get a gold, you're going to need to use the lock portion, and I'll talk about that here in a second, okay? So when you first start off, and the first time you open up this purifying equipment, this is all going to be set at 0, okay? I highly recommend when you first get them that you purify each equipment one time. No matter what the results are, it's going to be a boost in your power, okay? So when you first start off, they're all going to be at 0. So you click on Purify once, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you use 5 purification runes right there. Do that for all your ninja. After you get all of them purified, okay, then you can start working on refining them to the point where you have really high numbers. And this piece of equipment will actually be a really good example for me to use here. So if you don't have any blue or purple numbers, okay, just keep purifying until you get at least one blue or purple. Should be purple, but when you first start off, blue is okay. As you can see, I have a good amount of blue, and then still not as many purple as I would like. Like my purifications are actually a little bit lower than I would like. Once you get a blue or a purple, that's when you need to start using this lock feature over here. Now what the lock does, lock is where these purification protection runes come into play. So these purification protection runes are used to protect, get it, the value that you have. So for this piece right here, I would absolutely not want to re-roll this combo because 90% is extremely high. The chances of me getting, the amount of times that I would have to purify this to get something higher than a 9 on that combo would be insane. So what I would do, okay, you have to click on this lock button right there. So when you see the little padlock symbol next to it, it means that if you purify, you click on that purify, this value will not change, all right? Now, for the reason that you need to use so many of these purification protection runes is because every padlock that you have uses one purification protection rune. So if I locked these two right here, okay, I would use 2 purification protection runes every time I click on that purify button. Okay, it's 1 purification rune to re-roll. It is 1 purification protection rune for each padlock. So an item like this one, I would use 2 purification protection runes every time that I re-rolled it because I want to keep these purple right here. Okay, same with like this. So if I wanted to just make this a better item, I would lock these 4. Okay, so now I'm using 4 purification protection runes for every 1 purification rune that I have, or that I need to use to purify this. That's why these are so valuable and why you need so many of them. And like I said, they're actually the harder of the 2 to come by, so it's a difficult balance of supply and demand, right? The reason that I have so many purification protection runes is because I've been drawing on the wheel, whatever wheel event that we have going on right now that has the A fragment. I've been pulling on that wheel a lot, trying to get A fragments. Apparently, it's a really, really low drop rate getting A fragments, unfortunately. But good news is I've got a lot of purification protection runes, which I can now not only use for the video, but I can use for myself. The next thing that you need to keep in mind when you're doing these purification protection runes is that it scales based off the refinement level of your equipment. So if you have an equipment that's level 5 and you have an equipment that's level 8, okay, 65% of a level 5 and 65% of a level 8 is going to be a massive difference. All right, so you do actually want to make sure that your best purifications are on your highest refined equipment. Okay, otherwise you're going to kind of be wasting those good values. So Roshi is my number 1 position ninja, so he is the one that I focus on the most as far as refining the equipment. So we got a level 9, 8, 8, 8, and 8. Okay, so his level 9, I believe, is the only level 9 refinement piece of equipment that I have. And so you see here we got 435 is the base value, okay? And then you can see if you get to level 10, it goes up by a considerable amount again, 230, which 95% of 230, that's going to be like an extra 200. So you're getting an additional 435 if you had that 95%, right? That's how you get to these really, really high, insane levels. So you got level 9 right here. Let's check out the purifications on this. So I have a very good roll on initiative, which is the one that I generally care about the most. We've got good rolls on critical, injury, combo, and then pretty low on control. Now, I've mentioned this in a previous video. I believe it was the charms. Might have been the charms of the runestones. I don't know. But this applies to 8 inner gates. Basically anywhere where these secondary stats come into a play. Okay? So the main stats are life, attack, defense, ninjutsu, resistance. Your secondary stats are initiative, critical, injury, control, or combo and control. All right? There are... Oh, it was the Ninja Tools video. That's what it was. If you want to check that out, look at the Ninja Tools video that I just made like last week, and I'll explain that again. So some of these values don't really influence battle, okay? Unfortunately, the way the combat system is set up, some of these values really don't have an impact in the battle the way that they are explained to have an impact, all right? They will affect your battle power, but as far as actual battle goes, they don't really do anything. Initiative absolutely does, okay? Initiative, probably the most important secondary stat right there, which is why I try and get the highest roll on initiative every time, okay? Critical does have an impact on the fights, okay? It impacts your ability to inflict critical hits and the chance that you receive a critical hit, okay? Critical and initiative do. Injury, very minimal impact on actual fights, okay? Like I said, it impacts your battle power. very minimal impact on fights. Injury is supposed to be the amount of damage that you do in a critical attack. People have run lots of tests. There are a lot of tests on the forums if you want to check those out. I don't have any directly to cite to you. But injury does very negligible difference, okay? Combo absolutely does affect. Combo is your ability to get off a full combo. So like if somebody has a chance to do a 3-hit combo and knockdown, sometimes they'll do 1, sometimes they'll do 2, sometimes they'll do the full 3. So combo is what affects that. Combo absolutely does. Control is another one of those stats that really doesn't do much in battle. Okay, every now and then you'll get a control failed kind of thing, but even when people that have almost 200,000 battle power fight somebody else, the amount of times that they dodge a controlling effect is hardly at all, hardly ever. So injury and control really don't influence your fights hardly at all. They give you battle power, yes, they don't influence your fights. So as far as priority for getting these values, okay, initiative, critical, and combo are going to be the 3 that you really want to focus on. And like I said, initiative is the number 1 that you should have, because initiative directly influences who goes first in a fight and your ability to win that fight. So let's find, so these are all level 8. So let's find, so this one has a 90% on its initiative. That's really, really good. Obviously, that's amazing, right? So that's a really good piece of equipment there. Now this injury, like I said, I don't really care too much about injury. We got 79% and a 93% on the 2 that I really care about right there. I like that. That's good. This could be better, but this is going to cost a ton of purification protection runes because I want to keep purple on all of those. So I'll save that. There are other ones that I could influence. Now I'll keep this 85% here, even though it's on injury, just because it gives me battle power. But unfortunately, like I said, that's really not doing that much. So Roshi's purifications are pretty decent. And then I believe the next best is going to be my water main, so we can go back to those pieces of equipment here. And we'll find, so we got 8, and then all 7s. Okay. So on this one's pretty good. This one could definitely be better, so I'll show you this one. So I'm going to lock these 2 values right here. We got initiative and critical. We're going to lock them both. Both of them are pretty high numbers. Not the best, it's a high 60 and a low 70. We'd like something closer to the 80s, but that's all right. So locking these 2, we're going to use 2 purification protection runes and 1 purification rune every time I click this button. Now, if you want to know if you're upgrading or downgrading, all you have to do is look at your battle power. Okay? Every time you click this button, your battle power is going to change. So you don't even have to look at these values. You can know just by looking at your battle power whether or not you go up. So I'm at 861 right now. We went down to 833. 821. So we got to beat 860. There we go. Up to 873. And look at that. So I got a blue. Perfect. So we just had an upgrade there. Unfortunately, I would have liked that upgrade at the combo, but we got it on injury. All right. So there's one upgrade. Cool. Let's look at the next one here. So this initiative is pretty low here. It's only 43%. I would definitely like that to be higher. The water main is the 4th position in my lineup, so the initiative isn't too big of a difference. So I'm going to keep looking and see if there's another one that could use a better, like this one. So that's 43%. This is only 27%. That's really bad. Thinking about possibly upgrading this one. You know what? Let's do it. Why not? Okay, so we got 27%. Fortunately, I got to lock all 4 of these. It's going to use a lot of purification protection runes, but let's see if we can get something a little bit better. 57% in our first try. Super lucky. That never happens. YouTube luck for the win. All right, so we went from like 27% to 57%. We're all blue and purple on this piece of equipment now. That's amazing. So the only thing we can really do then is upgrade it to purple, but we don't have enough purification protection runes, so we're going to keep looking here. Now, this is one we were looking at before. We only got 33% here, but we got a 90 down here, and we've got decent values in all of these. So we'll lock all these. We'll try and get something better than 33. This is normally, oh, there we go. Okay, 44. Okay, it's a slight upgrade, but I'll take it. Okay, we go from green up to blue. All right, no problem. So let's take a look. Hanzo has 1, 8, and then 7s, And Han has all 7. So first off, let's take a look at this 8 here. We've got a 95% on the initiative. Okay, that's amazing on a level 8. Perfect, absolutely perfect. Injury, not too worried about. We got a 71% on a combo, and Hanzo is actually our ninja that we need to start our combo to get our 30 hit chase for Roshi. So that's wonderful. This piece of equipment is excellent. Okay, so we're not going to worry about that. So let's go to Han since he's my number 2 position here, and let's see what we're working with. Now 39% is pretty low. We also only have a 36% down there, so let's re-roll this one. Okay, the injury and the combo are good. Critical could be better, however, 54% is pretty good, so we'll just wait for that. So we're at 925. Now we got a blue down here, so I'll save that, and then we'll see. I forget what that was. It was green, right? So let's see if we can get amazing. We got really lucky there. 63%. YouTube luck is on our side right now. So we got 923 up to 957. Perfect. So we just got a lot of initiative there. I think that value was, it was double digits. It might have been 80 or so, and now it's up to 157. So that's going to help us out a lot. So this piece of equipment is kind of low in a lot of places, but it's going to take a lot to fix it. So we'll hold off on that. This piece of equipment is really good. The only thing we could do is get a better value than that 41 up there. So let's do that. If I can actually get a purple on this piece of equipment will pretty much never need to be touched until I have like 1,000 purification protection runes. So let's see if we can get something in the purple. Something higher than 41%. Okay, we got 59% on our first try. I'm not gonna test the YouTube gods on that one. We're just gonna let it go. All right, we're getting very lucky right now. This generally does not happen, so we're gonna let it ride. Now that 14% on a critical, especially on a tank, is horrible. So we're gonna try and get that to at least a blue. 2%. That's disgusting. 28%. 27, 37. See, we're wasting a lot of purification protection runes now. This is normally like what happens. Okay, we got a 45%. I'll take it. That's going to give him a lot more tankiness with that critical right there. We're up to, and we just hit 80k, so that's pretty cool, right? This piece of equipment, combo really isn't that effective for Han, but it is important in general. But let's take a look at Hanzo's equipment. So we know that that's already good because we took a look at that, right? All right, so this piece of equipment, really nothing special going on here. The control is high, which is good for Hanzo, but everything else is kind of bad. So what I'm gonna do, well, let's do that right there. So no. Okay, let's see if we can get a blue for critical. Killing me. You're killing me here. Come on, YouTube. Okay, so we got a blue. Thank God. We're down to 35 purification protection runes. So now we have to be very, very picky about what we do because we don't have a lot of reroll chances left. So this is only going to cost 3, and I feel like we've got a good chance of increasing our battle power within 2 tries. So let's try it out. So we got 43. Down to 38, 36. 51. Okay, I'll take it. That's fine. We went up in our control a little bit. Okay. So, again, this is going to take 3, but we've got low values that we could definitely increase. So let's try it out. We're at 51. Nope. There we go. 86. Oh, we got lucky. We got 2 blues. Okay, perfect. Down to 17. At this point, it's pretty much not going to be worth it to reroll because I'll be more likely to lose power than to gain power. Because most of my equipment pieces, I need to use at least 3, if not 4 purification protection runes like this one right here. So we're going to stop there. So we went up. How much power did we go up? Like 200 or so? I don't know. It won't show us. We went up around 200 power roughly using 150 purification protection runes. Okay, it took me a lot of coupons to get those through that event. It takes a long time to save these up. And now that I'm at 17, I'm just going to stop and wait till I save up enough so that I can re-roll multiple times, right? You always want to have a lot of these available because you don't want to get to a point where you have to use like 4 and you only get 3 tries, because more likely than not, you're not going to get an upgrade in only 3 tries, okay? So that is how I personally use these Purification Protection runes. And like I said, next I'm going to have to pretty soon start upgrading these blues and these greens into purples, okay? So again, I'm going to have to save up a ton of these in order to do that. And what I would do at like this with this one, I would do 1 stat at a time, because you already have good values over here. So I would like lock these 4, try and get a higher value on the initiative. And then once you get a higher value on the initiative, then critical, then combo. And I really wouldn't worry about like injury, trying to get that to purple. That's whatever. So there we go. That is my guide on how to use Purification Protection runes to the best of your ability. Purification runes, not that difficult to get. They're in a lot of events. You can get them in the monthly event if you redeem the rewards here. Okay, that's not a problem. It's the Purification Protection runes that are an issue to get. So if you see an event with something that you like in it, sort of like the wheel, the Wheel of Fortune. This Wheel of Fortune right here. So every time that I draw, I have the ability to get Purification Protection runes. I'm trying to get the A fragments. However, the Purification Protection runes definitely help as far as power goes, so I'll take it, right? There we go. There's my guide for Purification Protection runes and just purification in general. Hopefully, I explained everything the best way that I possibly can, and that you are able to understand how to use this system to get your power up to give you the best possible chance of succeeding in this game. I'm now over 80,000 power because of that upgrade right there, so woo, all right. Anyway, I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. I hope it helps all of you out. If you have any questions, ask them down below. I'll try and get back to you on that one. Thank you, everybody, for watching the whole way through the video. I really appreciate it. You guys are all awesome. You're helping me out so much to grow. I cannot thank you enough. Hope you guys all have a great day. I'll see you in the next video, and peace.